Okay, part two. Three, I guess, at this point, but two on this subject. Body positive social media. Oh my god, it's amazing. It is amazing to see women, just gorgeous women, being comfortable in their own bodies, being comfortable with where they are at, taking up space, saying I have a right to exist just how I am, not how society says I need to be, not based on, some kind of warped Western standard of beauty, that's based on, unrealistic expectations and what you see on TV a lot of the time. I just 10 out of 10 recommend it so much. The cat is now eating my yarn that I was showing you a minute ago. No. Oh, can't even tell you how much I recommend it. Love it and love it. Especially when they're outspoken about it. Especially when they're hi. Oh, gentle. Oh, I just love it. I just love it. And you know what? Social media can be a place that can really, really mess with your mind and cause all kinds of insecurities. Yeah, I'm just going to pretend I'm not talking around a cat's butt. Sit down. And countless, there have been countless reports and studies about how it can lead to eating disorders, especially in young girls, and all kinds of things of that sort. You can turn it around. It can be something else. It can do the opposite. That's great. Anybody wants some lists of my favorites, I will be happy to share them. Yeah, happy to share them. And really, it can be anything. Look for the things that make you feel insecure, the things that make you feel hesitant, and seek them out and find other people living gloriously. I love it. Yeah, cannot recommend this enough. You have gray hairs coming in. There is a whole tag on Instagram for like gray-haired gorgeous women, embracing their natural hair color and not dyeing it. Curvy women. For me, I follow a lot of curvy women. I follow a lot of disabled women, because I am, I have disabilities. I have issues. Sometimes I'm in braces. Sometimes I'm using a cane. Sometimes I'm in a wheelchair. And I just really, is it called like Babe in a Wheelchair? Babe with a mobility aid? I don't know. But there's some very specific hashtags there too. And I just love it. I love seeing women living their best life. I love seeing people just saying, forget this, forget these messages that we've been told. I can go out and I can, who I am is worthy. Love it. Oh, not you too? Oh. I have a plant over here that I looked up, and I was looking for, that hurts, save plants, because Meadow will eat any plant that comes in here, and she's eating it to bits and pieces, so I put it somewhere else, and then it didn't like the heat because it was too close to the heater, and now it's back down and being eaten by both, apparently. Usually you do not torment my plants, so this is not fair. This is Darcy, who I'm sure if you follow me you've seen before in all sorts of videos, including when we first got him as a kitten. He's 3 years old now, gigantic. In case you can't tell, he's almost 19 pounds. Really big boy. He was a teeny tiny thing when we got him. But he's a really big boy, really long. It's not just that he's fat when he's not fat. He's just really big. When he lays on my legs, he can reach easily from my toes all the way up. If I put my legs up flat, right? Right? Because you're so big. It's alarming how long he is next to me. And since he has brought himself into this conversation, I will say best pet purchase of the year, cat fountain. Darcy has all kinds of issues with urinary tract problems, some nervous system related and some otherwise. So he's had UTIs, but he also gets inflammation in his bladder. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. He's had troubles since he was tiny, ends up at the emergency vet at least once a year, usually more. Ends up peeing blood. It's awful. It's terrible. He's in so much pain when it happens. Hate it. I just hate it. It's terrible. And we just went through this right after Thanksgiving this year. He spent the day after Thanksgiving at the emergency vet, and it was a terrible experience. And so I've been doing a lot of research and looking into it, and we got a cat fountain as an early Christmas present for them, for the cats. He drinks more. This is the one thing that they always say, is more fluids. I don't know why I'm not in focus now. It doesn't want to put me into focus. Okay, well, you can hear me anyway. We switched him to all wet food years ago. Didn't help. But he would never drink. We got the cat fountain, and I swear in the last 6 weeks, he has drank like way more than he had for the 3 years leading up to that. Night and day, huge difference. I'm really hoping that it helps, and so far he's doing much better with it. And I figure worst case, it's good for him anyway. Still trying to convince it to focus on me. Oh, there I am. And it was like $30 or something like that, all stainless steel. It's quiet. It's lovely. Both the cats use it all of the time. Highly recommend. Yeah, especially if you have a pet that won't drink a lot, because naturally they're attracted to moving water. It's just an instinctual thing, because water that sits in the wild is, likely to be stagnant and have yucky stuff in it. So, cat fountain. Excellent. Thank you for the reminder, Darcy. And the cameo. And he's coming back. Okay. My sister has a video somewhere of she's trying to give a book review, and there's a cat crawling over her head. It's a family thing, apparently. In the morning, I have been listening to, when I get up first thing and I'm just trying to get my morning stuff done and get some things done, especially before everybody wakes up. I've been listening to Dark Academia playlists, and lovely way to start the morning. Really lovely. I so am not up on that kind of thing, like the titling of these things, like Light Academia, Dark Academia, Cottagecore, Princess Core, Royal Core. I don't know. I see things. I don't often understand what they are, but I see things. But I discovered through trial and error that those were the playlists that had the kind of stuff that I wanted to listen to. Except I don't always like it when they add in like rain and other sounds and stuff like that. I like just the straight music usually. There are some exceptions, so you have to be careful of that. But I found, all I know about it is that I found the ones that have what I'm looking for. And so it's just lovely to listen to classical music first thing in the morning while I'm getting ready. It became part of my routine. I really like it, like while I'm checking email and things like that. Making my to-do lists for the day. Really like it. Skincare routine. Talked about this in another video. Got into that this year too. Having it all in one container. So I just take my container out from under the sink, put it on the side of the sink. We don't have any counters in our bathroom, the upstairs bathroom. Go through my stuff, put it back. Love it. Feel really well cared for. I really like that feeling. Period panties. Tried them for the first time this year. Excellent. Game changer. Really like them. You have to be careful not to get ones from, there's a lot of companies that have PFAS in them, the forever chemicals, and I don't want anything to do with that. There's a company called Period. That's it. Period. Like period. I think it's probably period.com. Lovely. Highly recommend. They were great. I don't know that I would have liked them as much when I was younger, but for where my cycle is at right now, they are just perfect for me. And I love it. I feel taken care of. I feel like I have exactly what I need. And that is a great feeling. Crossword puzzles. Been doing crossword puzzles for a while now, but it's a daily thing that we take our lunch break. Steve, Mari, and I. Seraphine sometimes joins. Galen sometimes joins. Occasionally Elijah, if he's around. On our lunch break, we do the Wordle for the day together. We do the New York Times mini crossword for the day. And that's, I mean, it's tiny. It doesn't take long at all. It takes, anywhere from like, I think we had one that was 19 seconds once. I think that was, but it's anywhere from, like 20 some seconds to 2 minutes. And then we had been doing the Merriam-Webster every day, but that has not, it disappeared. I don't know why. I have to look into it. He's eating my plant again. Stop it. So when I looked into this plant, I was told that it was, cat safe. What they didn't say, and I found on another website later, is that it is pet safe, but apparently delicious. So it attracts them, and I have to find a new place for this. Anyhow, we've been doing the Washington Post one instead, which is just, it's okay. It's more challenging in some ways, but I don't know. I don't like change. And we're fine. Like the first time, it's really funny because the first time we did it, it took us significantly longer than the other one used to. The first like 2 or 3 times we did it, and now we're down to about the same amount of time it took us on the other ones. But you kind of get used to a certain way clues are presented, and this is a different way. And I would rather go back to my other one because I do not like change. but I'll live. Anyhow, it's lovely. We do it every day. It's part of our lunch break to do those things at the beginning of lunch. And it's a fun thing to do together. Keeps, you know, minds and memories sharp. It's fun. So I recommend that too. And yeah, I feel like I should have a favorite book, but I haven't even wrapped my brain around that yet. I think that's where I'm going to stop, because this is now 3 long videos. And I think I'm going to put these out right away because they do not require editing, and then I'm going to keep plugging along with the Advent videos because I like to have them, and I don't think it matters if anyone's watching them or not. Seraphy and I'll watch them at some point. The other kids sometimes do too. I'm adjusting the wrong side of my sweater because of this stupid camera. Do not recommend a camera that gives you the mirror image of everything. Do not recommend. That is not on the best of list. Alright. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put these out there today. I think day 1, I am gonna have my New Year's Day stuff out there. And then I'll at some point go back and maybe put like Thanksgiving out there. Happy New Year, everyone. I did not accomplish nearly what I wanted to. I wanted to go into the new year with a whole bunch of stuff done. I did clean out my desk and clean off the top of my desk, and had a little internal temper tantrum when I came down and Galen had left something on it this morning. And I'm working on the mending, as I showed you in an earlier video and pointed out over, wrong way, over there. That's a pile of mending that I'm going through that I just want to go through, be done with. But I did not get to, like, there was a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to just go through, go crazy, declutter, and get rid of stuff. I wanted to finish off my decluttering list, my 2022 and 2022, which I've talked about before, and I did not succeed. I don't know how much I have left. I'll have to look at that. I'm going to start the new one for the new year because there's always stuff coming into the house, but it wasn't a bad year. I've been doing this for several years now. There was one year that it was only like, I don't know, 600, 700 things. But this year and some of the years that I make it to the second page of it, I know I'm doing pretty well. And you're starting to be able to tell again. With so many people in and out of the house, so much stuff comes in. Even if you're not really buying stuff, it's just the kids get given stuff, or they need clothes, or, you know, they get gifts, or craft supplies. That's a big thing in here. Crafts that are then made. Like Mari is a major crafter, but with like no practical purpose in mind to anything she makes. She just likes making it. So it just ends up around. Things like that. So really, if you don't stay on top of it, it can get pretty crazy pretty quickly. And I kind of want to commit again to really getting the house back on track. I'm ready. I want life to be easier. I want it to be pretty and calm and homey, and I'm really ready for that. And this cat, I don't know what's gotten into him. He's just hacking the ribbon on my planner. He's in a mood. He wants my attention. I'm gonna go.